I'm Rob Sajkunovic. I'm 43 years old. I work from home doing architectural design, drafting. I design small houses and uh, buildings for a living.
Perfect, man. And can you tell everyone what was some of the things that you were struggling with the most before you joined the program? Like what was it?
Before I joined the program, it was trying to lose weight, specifically around my abdominal area. I struggled quite a bit with that. Didn't really matter what I did with working out, cardio, exercise. It seemed to be the diet was the lacking thing for me. I have always eaten pretty clean, and I do eat a predominantly plant-based diet, but it was just trying to figure out the macros and calories and whatnot to try to lose that excess weight. So that was the biggest struggle for me.
And what made you go plant-based? Was it mostly for weight loss and you thought you were going to lose a lot of weight? I mean, what was it?
It was more to do with my digestion. I struggled. I've always had problems with dairy. It's never agreed with me. I always had issues as a kid, even like so. And then as I got older, I started noticing it getting worse and worse. And so I thought it had something to do with my food. And so I looked into it some more. I tried everything, like cleaning after I ate, like cleaning the kitchen. I thought maybe, am I contaminating something? Is that what's making me sick or whatever? So, and then I realized it wasn't. So I said, okay, time to make a change. So I started looking into it. I looked on YouTube and I found Dr. McDougall and starch-based diet, and it made a lot of sense to me. And, I just kept researching it. As I got into it, I started doing it and I was feeling better. And then, looking at other videos and other influencers, the animal agricultural industry is just horrible. And I think that helped me to stay in that section, like stay the way that I was going. So for me, that was the biggest thing, was my own health. But as I progressed further, it was, I started thinking like, well, my choices do have consequences here. So I'm glad that I made the change, to be honest.
That's good to hear. And once you made that change, like, did you see any results on your own? Like, what was some of the benefits, and what was some of the
huge? Yeah,
saw?
oh yeah, huge. Like I noticed I started losing weight. I started having more energy. My hair was getting thicker. My nails were getting thicker. Like everything was getting better. Like it just seemed like it was a complete transformation, to be honest with you. Like my energy levels went up tenfold, I would say. Like I was always groggy, and I think that was the biggest thing. Like eating the starch-based diet is just consuming a lot of carbs, so I felt better. Everything was better. Digestion was better. On the whole, I felt a whole lot better. So.
And what made you reach out to me and my team here at BodyHD Fitness?
So I saw your videos on Instagram, and I think I followed you, and I liked what you were saying and how you were with a plant-based diet, so that made it easy for me. Like looking at it, a lot of other influencers, they don't, right? So it's when I watch what they eat in a day, it's like, well, how am I supposed to connect with that? Like it's not for me. Like I don't eat meat for protein. I need to find it elsewhere, right? So I think that was probably the biggest thing.
And what were some of the results that you obtained by joining the program?
So I started out at about 194 pounds. As I progressed through, about halfway through, I lost a good almost 20 pounds, and it was pretty much all just body fat. The workout program was really good. It was, kept me in check, that I was working out, 6 days a week. And I liked the yoga aspect of it, the exercising. So the biggest thing was losing the weight, especially around the abdominal area. I noticed a big change. So that was my goal, was to work towards a six pack, which I've never had before. So very, very close to it being pronounced. So I'm happy with the results of that.
That's great. I mean, losing 20 pounds in 16 weeks is really good, man. And, you know, with that said, what's some of the things that you learned as well being in the program?
Yeah, for sure. Like 20 pounds in 16 weeks is definitely an achievement. I mean, I'm already fairly lean, like I didn't have a whole lot. So it's harder for someone like myself to lose the extra weight. But like from the program, I learned, you know, a lot about macros and upping the protein, lowering the carbohydrates, because that's pretty much what I was doing. I was just eating like a really carb-rich diet. So I think that was one of the biggest things with trying to lose weight, is that I couldn't. That and mixing it with like fats and stuff. Not that I ate like a whole lot of fats, because I never cooked with oil or anything like that. But I think some of my food choices were definitely hindering me and holding me back. So, you know, realizing that through this program, I'm like eating even more healthy, more strict. So it's good. Like I feel like at the beginning it was tough, because I was so used to eating so many carbs, and then to go from like that to this, it was a big challenge, especially with my focus, like with working and whatnot. For the first 3 or 4 days, I found it hard to stay concentrated on my work. Like, I think it was just my body getting used to not having those carbs. So, and then you're obviously eating up the fat instead of relying on so much glucose in your system. So yeah, no, I think that was like one of the biggest takeaways for sure was the diet. And because I've always worked out, like I've worked out for a long time, so it's nothing new to me. I'm pretty used to it, but I did get put through the ringer a few times on some of the workouts that you provided. So
All right, cool. And then if someone was watching this video right now and they were on the fence about joining, I mean, what would you tell them?
I would say, you know, go for it. It's definitely, I read this book called The Quantum Leap, and for me, it was a big eye opener, because it was funny, because it just happened that, you know, you reached out to me in Instagram, and I think I needed that push. And because I took that leap, it was one of the best things, because obviously what I was doing wasn't working for me. I couldn't get myself to stay focused on anything, and then also trying to learn all this information on my own. It's a big undertaking. So now that I know, I'm happy that I know more than I did before the program. So yeah, I'd say definitely go for it, because it's eye-opening how much there is to learn about nutrition and exercise. Yeah, I appreciate all the video conferences and everything that you've done, and putting this package together for everyone. It is good. It's great, because not only is it good that, you know, you're plant-based, because it's hard to find someone that does that in this like sea of like influencers and personal trainers and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I definitely appreciate that factor for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. I totally get it. So with that said, Rob, hey, thank you for taking some time out of your day to do this testimonial. I truly appreciate it as well. I'm glad that you got such great results, and hopefully, you know, we'll go ahead and get that 6-pack. Okay, man?
Absolutely. Appreciate that, Gren.